ReggieBaybee on my kids, on folks, them grab on my kids, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'ma need y'all to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel on my kids on folks, them grave, man. Man, I got another prison story I want to tell y'all on my kids, folks. I really don't want to talk about this shit, bro. This is the most embarrassing shit I ever did in my life with my kids, folks. I ain't gonna lie. And the crazy part about it on my kids, folks, nigga was so bored in that motherfucker. Nigga just doing anything on my kids, folks. I ain't gonna lie. I really was just doing anything on folks in grade because, listen, folks, I don't even smoke, folks. If anybody know me or been around me, folks, I don't smoke, folks. On my dead homie, I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do none of that shit on my kids, folks. But at that point in my life, me being locked up, folks, I was doing anything on my kids, folks. Really bored as hell on folks' grave, folks. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put my boy in them out. Put my boy in them out. They're probably gonna be mad. They gonna see this. I don't give a fuck. Shout out my motherfucking brother Mel from Augusta on folks' grave with my kids. And shout out my little broski 3, man. He from Milledgeville, or somebody motherfucking Macon. It's by Macon or something like that. Milledgeville, whatever that shit on my kids, folks. 478. Shout out my little broski 3 on my kids, folks. And shout out my G-Body 6. He from Cordell on my kids, folks. So listen on my dead homie, folks. I don't smoke, folks. Y'all don't judge me on folks them grave, folks. All I do is drink liquor on my kids, folks. So these niggas, they be smoking track house. If anybody know what track house, you know, a motherfucker be smoking track house and shit like that on my kids, folks. Basically, they call it K2. It's basically K2. But niggas smoking track house, they call it strips, Wigged and shit like that on my kids. If anybody that been locked up, if you heard about it on my kids, folks, niggas smoking roach spray on my kids. It ain't nothing but some motherfucking chemicals on my kids, folks. You smoking goddamn paper with chemicals and roach spray and all this extra ass shit on my kids. And they just chopping this shit up on my kids, folks. Put it in the goddamn, you know what I'm saying, a little rapper weed, a little rap shit, you know what I'm saying? What motherfucker was doing in that motherfucker on my kids, folks, they get like some brown paper towels and shit like that, and then get coffee and shit like that with coffee and hot water stored up, you know what I'm saying? Wipe that shit on the goddamn brown piece of paper and make it like some little brown, make it look like backwoods shit like that. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Anybody that been locked up, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. You know how to make shit that look like a backwood, and basically you chop it up to strips and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? The K2, strips, Wigged, whatever you want to call it on folks gonna grab my kids. Cards on photograph. Basically, they chopping the shit up, putting cigarettes and tobacco in that motherfucker, put the strips in that motherfucker on my kids, and they rolling that motherfucker up like a track hall on my kids, folks. Now, I ain't gonna lie, folks. These niggas was smoking this shit. They smoked this shit like a motherfucker on my dead homie. They smoked that shit back to back like it ain't shit. Shout out to them be high hell in that bitch on folks' grave. Now, don't get me wrong. These my boy and them. They smoked this shit like a motherfucker, so I was easy influence on folks in the grade. I mean, it's dry hell in this bitch. I'm bored, folks. Ain't shit to do. So really, to be honest, my first time ever smoking it, we doing trial. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. I smoked that motherfucker. I smoked a trial. That bitch acting was straight. It's like some weed. You getting high, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You real chill. Now, I did a track hall. That shit straight. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker really boy. I don't smoke on folks grade. So I'm smoking. That bitch got you high. You really chill, folks. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too much. It ain't too much extra on my kids, folks. So we smoking that motherfucker, folks. I'm high hell on my kids, folks, but I'm cool, though. I'm a cool high, not too extra. I'm a cool ass high on folks them grabbing my kids, man. Now, if y'all want to know what y'all doing, y'all sending y'all motherfucking folks all this motherfucking money. These niggas jayed out in prison and jail on my kids. These what these niggas smoking, folks. They smoking fucking roach spray chemicals on my kids, folks. It's called strips on my kids, a.k.a. it's supposed to be a version of goddamn K2 on my kids, folks. I ain't never smoked no K2 on the street, so I don't really know how it is, but I smoke fucking I done smoke fucking strips. They call it strips in goddamn Georgia. I don't know what they call it anywhere else, but I heard it's worldwide. It's in every prison, jail, you know what I'm saying? So shit like that on my kids, folks. So that way your motherfucking goddamn baby daddy, brother, anybody in your mother, any family member you got, folks, they jayed out. They in that bitch smoking strips on my kids, folks. They in that bitch wigging out on folks in them grave, folks. But my first time ever seeing it, folks, when I went to prison, I was at Jackson. Man, on my mama, folks, niggas smoking that shit. Well, they weren't smoking it. They was doing Wigged. They putting the goddamn, chopping the little shit up. They putting it on the goddamn, on a tissue and burning it. It's a wick, you know what I'm saying? So they put a little strip motherfucker, they put it on the paper, doing the Wigged motherfucker. They wig it out on my kids, folks. I'm talking about they straight zombies on folks them grave on my kids, so they around they be like zombies. Falling the fuck out, throwing up, shitting on themselves. On my mama, I done seen 2 niggas died on that shit on my kids, folks. On my dad, homie, on my mother, folks. That shit is crazy, folks. But anyway, on my kids, I'm gonna get to that story later on my kids. Listen, on folks' grave. So I'm smoking the Tri-Hawks, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm mellow. Tri-Hawks is straight, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, it's straight. But me, folks, I don't smoke, folks. I really went out bad ahead on my kids, folks. It really embarrassing, but I'm finna get to the embarrassing part on my kids, folks. On my dead homie, right? So the next date, folks, I'm chilling with bro them. They sitting out, they been smoke, they smoke this shit. They buying cars like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like the camp we was at, folks, they waxing your ass for a car. They might want $650 for a car or something like that. $750 for a car. You know what I'm saying? Other camps, that bit so low that they only want $25. But the camp I was in, this shit so dry, folks. You know what I'm saying? So niggas paying $650 for the car, but the niggas I know, they buying this shit. They smoking that shit like a mother. They smoking that shit up, gang. On folks them grave, folks. On my mama, folks, they smoking that shit up. But I'm sitting down with bro now, whatever. So they like, shit, y'all want to do a Wigged? Now I know way better than that on my kids, folks. I know way better than that. I don't know what the fuck was going on in my mind for. I don't know. Maybe because when I smoked the Tri-Hawk, I felt so good. I was a little high and want too much. So I'm thinking like, man, all the Tri-Hawk this Wigged shit can't be that bad. So bro, them, they do the Wigged. It come around to me. I do that motherfucker. Man, on my mama, on my dead homie, on 4th grade. Why that bitch kick in so fast? I'm like, whoa. On my mama, I'm sitting down and I'm looking at bro and I'm cross-eyed, I'm cock-eyed like a motherfucker on my kids, folks. I'm like, whoa, shit, folks. Damn. Oh, shit. I'm like, folks, I'm high as hell, folks. So I seen my partner get up, he walked somewhere. I'm seeing shit like 3D, like I'm zoomed in. I'm hearing all type of voices. I'm hearing everybody conversation and everything on my kids, folks. Like, everything just blanked out on my kids. I'm hearing everything, folks. So, bro, I'm so fucking high, folks. Like, that's a whole nother world on my kids, folks. I don't see how these niggas doing this shit on 4th grade. I'm scared of hell. I'm there to think I'm finna die on my dead homie, folks. So I get up. I can't barely walk, folks. So I'm steady walking to the motherfucking bathroom, folks. I'm steady putting water on my face on my dead homie. I'm so fucking high. But I got like 3, 4, 5 things telling me in my head, go run over there and bang on the glass and say, I need help. Run around this bitch asshole nigga. Hey, go ahead, take a shit. Go ahead, throw up right now. Go ahead, do this. I got a million some things in my head right now, folks, on my dead homie. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm high hell on my dead homie, folks. So I'm steady pacing back and forth, folks. Back to the bathroom, back to the bed. I'm laying in the bed like this, folks. I'm high hell. I'm trying to put something on my motherfucking head, folks. I can't do it, folks. I'm high hell. My heart beeping fast as hell. I'm scared, folks. I'm down there ready to run around this bitch and scream for help, folks. I'm down there ready to go to the hole, folks. On my mama. So I'm like, damn, folks, I'm finna go out bad. But I'm like, damn, I can't go out bad, folks. I'm like, damn, folks, I can't. I thought I was finna die, folks. I'm like, damn, homie. So I'm like, folks, I can't go out bad. Hell no. So I was calming myself down. I'm like, man, ain't no way I did this shit. So I walk over back to the circle and shit, folks. I sat down like, bro, how long this shit lasts, folks? How long this shit lasts? But on my mama, folks, they like, folks, they so cool because they do this shit, folks. So they like, bro, your ass tripping, bro. They were trying to keep me calm as possible, folks. Because they said if they would have did any little thing, you'd be like, bro, you tripping out, bro. You tripping. They said I would have wigged out. But I was already wigging out of my head. But in my head, I ain't gonna lie, bro, you gotta have a strong mind for that shit on my kids, folks. If you don't got no strong mind, folks, you gonna wig out, folks. So in my head, I knew that I was tripping, so in my head, I'm like, man, calm down, Reggie, calm down. But if you got to have a strong mind, gang, on my dead homie, you got to have a strong mind for that shit, folks. So listen on my kids, folks. So I'm steady pacing back to the bathroom. I'm steady putting water on my face. I'm drinking it. They over there laughing like a motherfucker. But every time they trying to make sure, they over there laughing at me. I see them niggas laughing, but every time I look over there, they don't laugh. So I'm like, these niggas. I know these niggas looking at me. I know these niggas looking at me, folks. These niggas looking at me, folks. So I walk back every time, folks. They laughing or they looking at me, but every time I turn around, they trying to look at me because they look at me and they laughing. They say I might wig at. So I'm like, man, ain't no fucking way, folks. So I'm there now, folks. I'm high hell. So it's count time now, folks. I can't even stand up for count, folks. On my mama, I'm hanging on to the goddamn bell rail, folks. I'm like this, folks. I'm high hell, folks. I'm like, bro, how long this shit lasts, folks? On my mama, folks, how long this shit? I'm like, bro, on my mother, I would never, ever do this shit again in my life with my dead homie. Do you know, once that shit wore down on my kids' phone, I ain't talk to them niggas no more on my dead homie? Fuck y'all. Folks, ain't no way y'all made me do that shit, folks. On my mama, once that shit wear down on GD, folks, that's on duck on my dead homie, folks. Once that shit wear down, folks, And I realized, folks, I'm like, bro, ain't no damn way, folks. I ain't doing this shit no more, folks. Bro, that shit had me scared of hell. My heart beating fast to hell, folks. I'm thinking I'm finna fucking die, folks. Oh, my damn homie. Real shit, gang. Man, on my mama, folks. So I'm trying to figure out how the fuck do these niggas smoke this shit, folks. So I'm seeing niggas that jade out and love this shit, folks, be like that. I'm talking about out they body. And they gonna keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Calling their mama and daddy. Acting like, man, all type of shit, folks. And I'm seeing niggas running up motherfucking tabs. Running up $15,000 tabs. Getting their ass smacked around because they love this shit, folks. Come on, man. These folks crazy as hell, folks. I don't see how these niggas do this shit, folks. But I ain't gonna lie. Like, that ain't me, folks. I don't smoke, folks. I really went out bad on folks' grade. Like, I really didn't want to tell this story, folks. I hated it. I didn't like this. I really didn't want to tell this story, but I'm like, fuck it. Since y'all want to know what the fuck going on with my kids, folks, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 100. I feel like I feel better telling this story than the world know on folks' grade. So, I ain't gonna lie, folks. I went out bad, folks. I felt like I was finna shit on myself, folks. On my mama, folks. My heart beating fast to hell, folks. My heart. It's like I'm seeing shit before I do it, folks. It's telling me to do this, but I'm not finna do that. I'm seeing like 3 different versions. Like my soul was out of my body, folks. I'm laying in the bed and I'm seeing myself do what the fuck is telling me what they want me to do, folks. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm laying in the bed, folks. It's like I had like 3 souls, folks. Oh, my mama, that shit jumping out my body. I'm doing one thing over here. I'm doing one thing over here. It's telling me to go run asshole naked and bang on the window and tell me, guard, 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 help me on folks' grade. So I'm like, oh, hell no, folks. I'm like, when this shit went down, folks. I'm like, man, oh, hell no. I never do this shit again, gang. On my mama, I would never, ever. I would never, man, on my mama, man. Man, a nigga play with me on folks' grade. I wanted to fight, folks, because I'm like, folks, and don't play with me, folks. I don't smoke that shit, folks. Because at the fact, folks, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck do y'all nigga do this shit, folks. Like I said, the track hawk not bad. It give you a little bud like it's some weed or something. But once I did that little Wigged, if y'all don't know what a Wigged is, folks, they just basically got them chopping up some little paper, folks. It could be some little paper like this, folks. They smoking shit like this. It could be a regular paper, but it got chemicals on it on my kids, folks. They spraying Roach spray, whatever type of chemical on my kids, folks. And they chopping little shit up like this, folks. They chopping little shit up like this, folks. And basically just say this a wick. If y'all don't know what a wick is, they rolling up tissue, folks. And how motherfuckers start up a fire, folks. A battery and some aluminum foil, folks. If you been locked up, let's start there. You should know what the fuck going on my kids, folks. Anybody that been in prison, how you start a fire, folks. A lighter, folks, and some aluminum foil. Brrr, put it on the wick. Then you just put the little, this the strip, folks. You just put it on a piece of paper and you get high as hell, that bit burning, and you getting high off that shit on my kids, folks. I'm dead ass serious, folks. I can't lie to y'all, folks. I did that Wigged and I tripped out. I never do that shit on my kids, folks. On my dead homie. So the nigga that I shouted out, man, hey, listen, if y'all see the video, folks, y'all know what it is, folks. Y'all know I was gonna tell this story, gang. This shit hilarious on Folks on Grade. Y'all was doing that shit, folks. Y'all was getting high on Folks on Grade. Listen, I ain't y'all better not be smoking that shit in the free world on Folks Grade with my kids, folks. Y'all know I'm gonna talk about this shit on my kids, folks. Y'all already know. And then I feel way more better letting my fans and my supporters know that I was smoking this shit. Well, one time. Well, it was one time. Well, I smoked the trial one time and then I did the Wigged one time. So I guess 2 times. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, but it's a lot. But you would be surprised. You really would be surprised how many niggas were doing it on my mother. The whole chain and whole prison, everybody doing this shit on Folks Grade. But I ain't gonna lie. You gotta have a strong mindset to do that type of shit. Like I said, it ain't built for me. My body is weak. I seen a lot of niggas that can't take the shit and still do it. I don't understand, folks. But I also say niggas be mellow as hell, chill. Like this shit ain't nothing. So you can tell these niggas do hard drugs already, folks. This shit ain't shit to them. Or some niggas I know, they be like, man, this shit like weed, folks. This shit ain't shit, folks. This shit like weed, folks. This ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you got some type of nigga that's just, you know, that shit ain't none of them, folks. But it ain't none of y'all. Y'all niggas nah like this. Like, I done seen niggas give up their whole store bag for this shit, folks. On my mama, folks. I done seen so many niggas go out bad for that shit, folks. I'm like, bro, oh, hell no, folks. But I ain't gonna cap. You gotta have a strong mind, because once you do that shit, something in your body, folks, like, it was telling me, like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy because once I did that Wigged, something in my body was telling me, like, do it again. do it. Like, it was something in my body, like, it was fiending for some more. I'm like, man, oh, hell nah, nigga. Like, it take that shit crazy, folks. Like, it's a weird feeling, folks. For the nigga that ever smoked that shit, or y'all don't know about it, folks, I don't know, folks. But if y'all watching this video, ask somebody that been locked up or something like that on folks' grave, and have smoke, I don't know, folks. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about on my kids, folks. It's a weird feeling, folks. Once you do it, I see why niggas be addicted, because it's telling your body to do it again. You need more. Bruh, it was telling me that, but I'm like, oh, hell no, I ain't smoking that shit. Fuck no. Like, oh, hell no. So, once you do smoke that shit, bro, it hard. I done seen some niggas ain't never smoked that shit on my dead homie and straight jade out. They gotta keep doing it. They wanna keep doing it. They wanna goddamn, you know what I'm saying? But, and like I said, I done seen niggas died off it on my mama. I done seen some niggas die off it on folks' graves. So it's like, that shit really fucked up on my damn homie. Like, niggas falling, hitting their head. You know what I'm saying? Smoking that shit, barely can stand up, folks. I done seen some niggas go out bad, folks. I done seen niggas goddamn finesse their own family members and everything just to get it. You know what I'm saying? Steady calling their motherfucking family, girlfriend, mother, dad, whoever it is, calling somebody, folks, and getting these folks goddamn. Oh man, I just seen so much shit, folks. These niggas be on goddamn $20,000 tabs, running up tabs. I don't see how these niggas be doing it, folks. I ain't gonna lie, folks. But y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, because they say this shit worldwide, for they so this shit everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They got this shit in Chicago. They got it in every prison right now, every jail. They got it. They loaded. So niggas know what the hell I'm talking about on my kids, folks. You know what I'm saying? But y'all like, comment, subscribe to my channel on my kids on folks. Don't get with my kids, man. I just wanted to tell y'all this little story on my kids, folks. It's embarrassing, but I mean, it is what it is on my kids, folks. So as long as I got this story, y'all let my spam supporter know, folks. Leave that drug shit alone, folks. Drugs.